A billionaire sat in a cheap roadside diner, watching a young man stressfully answer emails on his phone while his coffee went cold. The billionaire, let's call him Marcus, had built an empire worth billions in logistics and software. The young man, Daniel, was the owner of a supposedly successful digital marketing agency. But looking at the dark circles under Daniel's eyes and the way his hand shook as he held his phone, he didn't look like an owner. He looked like a prisoner. Marcus leaned over from the next booth. He asked one simple question that would change the trajectory of Daniel's life forever. He asked, if you left your business today and flew to a remote island for 6 months without your phone or laptop, would your business be bigger or smaller when you returned? Daniel laughed, a dry, hopeless sound. He said, bigger? Sir, if I don't answer this email in the next 10 minutes, we lose a client. If I left for 6 months, there would be no business. I am the business. This is the trap that 99% of entrepreneurs fall into. They think they have built a business, but they have actually just created a high-stress 24-hour-a-day job for themselves. They are not business owners. They are self-employed laborers who happen to sign their own paychecks. Marcus slid into the booth opposite Daniel. He told him, that is because you are building a masterpiece when you should be building a machine. You are trying to be a genius, but wealth is not made by geniuses. Wealth is made by systems. Look at this diner. Look at the kitchen. Daniel looked. It was chaotic. The cook was shouting, orders were mixed up, and the waitress was running around in a panic. Marcus pointed out the window to the golden arches across the street. Now look at that McDonald's. The food is average. The staff are mostly teenagers with no business experience. The location is busy, but it is calm. The owner is likely not even in the state, maybe not even in the country. Yet that machine prints money every single day, predictable as the sunrise. Why? Because Ray Kroc did not build a restaurant. He built a system. The problem with most intelligent people is that they rely on their own talent. Daniel was a brilliant marketer. He wrote the best copy, he designed the best funnels, and he crafted the best strategies. Because he was so good, he felt he had to do everything himself to maintain quality. This is the technician's curse. As long as the business relies on your specific talent, it cannot scale. It cannot be sold. It is not an asset. It is a liability that eats your time. Marcus laid out the strategy that turned a single burger stand into a global empire, and how it applies to absolutely any business, whether you are selling software, consulting, landscaping, or cabinets. It is called the franchise prototype model. You must build your business as if you are going to replicate it 5,000 times, even if you never plan to open a second location. You must design it so that it can be run by people with the lowest possible level of skill necessary, using systems that guarantee the highest possible level of quality. Daniel was skeptical. He said, but my clients pay for my expertise. I can't just hand that over to a junior employee with a checklist. Marcus shook his head. That is your ego talking. Everything you do, no matter how creative, has a process. You just haven't documented it. You haven't extracted the system from your brain. Here is the truth about wealth creation. You do not get rich by doing the work. You get rich by designing the system that does the work. Marcus gave Daniel a challenge. For the next 3 months, Daniel was forbidden from doing any client work. His only job was to document exactly how he did what he did. He had to create the standard operating procedures, the SOPs. Daniel started reluctantly. He broke down his complex marketing strategy into steps. Step 1, client onboarding. He realized he asked the same 20 questions to every new client. He turned that into a digital form. Step 2, market research. He realized he used the same 4 tools every time. He created a checklist. Step 3, ad copy creation. He realized he used 5 specific templates based on the client's industry. He documented the templates. It was tedious, it was boring. It felt like he was slowing down, but he was building the foundation of a skyscraper. Once the manual was written, Marcus told him to hire 2 junior employees. Not experts, not gurus, just bright, hungry young people who could follow instructions. Daniel handed them the manual. He called it the agency operating system. The first week was rough. There were mistakes. Daniel wanted to jump in and fix them, but Marcus forbade it. If they fail, Marcus said, it is not because they are stupid. It is because your system is flawed. Fix the system, not the person. So Daniel tweaked the manual. He added screenshots. He added video tutorials. He made the instructions so clear that it was impossible to misunderstand them. Then something magical happened. In the second month, the 2 junior employees managed a campaign for a new client completely on their own. The results were 90% as good as if Daniel had done it himself. But here is the math. Daniel used to charge $5,000 and spend 40 hours doing the work. His effective hourly rate was $125. Now he paid the junior employees $25 an hour. They spent 40 hours. The cost was $1,000. The revenue was still $5,000. The profit was $4,000. But Daniel spent 0 hours on the fulfillment. His effective hourly rate for that project was infinite. This is the moment the light bulb shattered. Daniel realized he had been thinking about business all wrong. He stopped selling his time and started selling the output of his system. He began to view his business as a product, just like McDonald sells the franchise system to operators. Daniel built his agency to be a turnkey operation. He standardized his pricing. He standardized his packages. No more custom proposals for every prospect. You want the gold package? Here is exactly what it includes. Here is exactly how much it costs, and here is exactly the system that delivers it. This is the power of productization. When you customize everything, you have no leverage. When you standardize, you create a machine. 6 months later, Daniel met Marcus at the same diner. Daniel looked different. The dark circles were gone. He was wearing a relaxed polo shirt. He didn't check his phone once. "So," Marcus asked, dipping a fry into ketchup, "if you went to that island now, what would happen?" Daniel smiled. "I just got back from 3 weeks in Italy. My team onboarded 10 new clients while I was gone. We broke our revenue record without me sending a single email." Daniel had scaled. Because he had a system, he could hire more people. He didn't need to find rock stars who demanded high salaries and equity. He needed reliable operators who could run his machine. He expanded from digital marketing into e-commerce management simply by applying the same documentation strategy. He built a new manual, hired a new team, and plugged them in. Most people spend their lives climbing the corporate ladder or building a self-employment cage. They think the goal is to get paid more for their time, but the billionaire knows the truth. The goal is to disconnect your time from your income entirely. McDonald's does not have the best chefs in the world, they have the best systems. And because of that, they serve 69 million people a day while the 5-star chef down the street is stressed out, shouting at his sous chef, terrified that if he gets sick, the restaurant closes. You have to choose. Do you want to be the artist or do you want to own the gallery? Do you want to be the chef or do you want to own the franchise? Daniel chose ownership. He stopped treating his business like his baby and started treating it like an asset. He optimized the numbers. He focused on customer acquisition cost and lifetime value. He realized that once the operations were automated, his only real job was capital allocation and strategy. He ended up making $2 million in net profit that year, working fewer than 10 hours a week, while his systems did the heavy lifting. Systems work, people sleep. If this story opened your eyes to what's possible when you stop trading time for money and start building real systems, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button right now. We're building a community of business builders, not job seekers. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss the strategies that separate owners from workers. And if you found value here, drop a comment below telling me which business strategy resonated with you most. Let's build wealth together.